Hello, welcome to week 4 of my athletic mat series with the Barre-Inspired HIIT workout. All right, I'm Dale. This is Whippica. He's probably going to get in the way because that's what he does best. I have 7 exercises for you today. We're going to go through those 7 exercises 2 times for a 14-minute workout. But we're going to start warming up our spines, warming up our core. Today, we're going to start on hands and knees. All right, so hands and knees, this should seem familiar. Hands underneath the shoulders, knees underneath the hips. We're going to do a cat-cow. Round your back as you drop your head and your tail towards the floor. And arch your back, lifting your head, lifting your tail. Look, I can move forward. Exhale as you round your back. Inhale as you arch. So the first few, just kind of waking up the spine, waking up this movement, moving where it feels nice. And then start to turn that into a little abdominal exercise. So pulling your belly up and in as you round. And can you keep that connection even as you arch your spine? Use your exhale. Gather and lift in the front as you round. And find a little extra at the top. And can you keep that connection as you arch and inhale? One more exhale. And inhale. And then come back to center in honor of my puppy, a little puppy tail wag. So you're going to wag your tail over to one side, bring your shoulder to that side, and then wag your tail over to the other. Wag your tail to one side. Are you coming back? And wag your tail over. Let's do one more each way. And come back to center. Now some rotation. Step one hand into the center. Lift your other arm. Take a twist. And center. Step that hand down. Reach up. Take a twist. Reach towards the ceiling. And reach through the floor. And come center. One more each way. Reach up. Untwist. Back to center. Last one. And good, come back to your hands and knees. Now find a nice neutral spine. So honoring the curves of your spine, gathering and lifting in the front without rounding your back. I want you to tuck your toes, gather through your center and hover your knees. Push the ground away. You have nice active shoulders, active core in the front. Hold here for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, on 1. Pike your hips. Reach your heels towards the floor. And we'll tread. One knee bends, the other heel drops. And you switch, and switch, and switch. One more each side. Step both heels down. Take a stretch. Let your sitting bones widen up towards the ceiling. And then walk your hands to your feet and roll on up. Woo. Now we've warmed up our spine, warmed up our core a little bit. I want to warm up your legs. If you need something to balance on, you could grab a chair or set yourself up by a table. Knees and toes pointing forward. You're going to send your hips back, come into a squat, stand, lift both heels, lower both heels. Little plie and releve, or a squat and a calf raise. Yep. Just kind of seeing how your legs are feeling, how your hips and knees and ankles are feeling. Can you wrap up your core in the front? Keep your spine nice and long as you plie, sending your hips back, and lift as you releve. Let's do one more each way. And set yourself down. Now, last week, I talked a little bit about external rotation. So let's do that again. Turn out and in a few times. Now come all the way out, find your max range, and then back it off just a little bit. All right, so keep it there. Other side, turn out and in. With your hips pointing forward, come all the way out, oof. Back it off a little bit, and then you're gonna bring your heels together, keeping that same angle, heels together. We're gonna plie and releve. Your heels are gonna separate as you releve. They'll come back together as you lower down. Lifting your spine up the whole time, even as you're bending your knees and getting closer to the floor. Let's do 3 more. And then I think we're ready. 2, zip everything up in the center. Last one, activate those inner thighs. Whoop, and lower down. Woo. All right, let me get my timer. So 14 minutes, 2 times through with 7 exercises. Our first exercise is gonna be a strider. We're gonna switch, 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 and then we're gonna have a balance, all right? So 1 foot in front, 1 foot behind. 1, 2, 3 switches. Your front foot, stand into that leg, balance, other leg comes behind. Set it down, switch, switch, switch. Now the other foot is in front. Balance, hinge, forward, step it back. 1, 2, 3. Hinge. Now, you don't have to come into a full balance. Maybe you just step your weight into that front leg and lighten your back foot. If jumping is not for you, I can do a switch, 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 and balance. Woo. So you have some options. All right, now we're gonna come down to your side. This is gonna be a challenging one, especially if you watched last week and you knew my rolling over. So we're on our side. We're gonna come onto our back, slide up, reach towards your toes, slide back down, back onto that same side. Yeah? You could come up to a bent knee. It'll be a little less challenging. As when we have our legs long, the longer lever, and they're heavier. Woo, out there. Yep. Slide it on up. Slide it down. Squeeze your legs together. We got about 10 more seconds. Yep. Good. Last one. Woo. My guard dog. And rest. Now we're going to come onto your belly. Woo. We're going to do grasshopper. All right. So hands shoulder width apart, legs long. So the first part looks like swan. The second part, we lower down, lift your legs. You're gonna bend, cross your ankles, reach. Bend, cross your ankles in the opposite direction, reach. One more bend and reach. Reach your legs long, lift up, lower down. Thighs lighten away from the mat as you bend and reach your little grasshopper. Playing your song. Inhale, exhale. Keep breathing as you cross and uncross. One more. And rest all the way down. I'm going to show our teaser from the other side so you can see a different angle. We come down onto our side, nice and long. Slide up, reach towards your toes, and slide down with control. Really tempting to kind of slump into gravity and let gravity drag you down, but you're in control. You're strong on the way up and in control on the way down. Maybe you slow it down even more. Now that bottom arm is there for support, but how much do you need it? Remember, you have bent knees as an option. Rolling from your side to your back, lift your legs. We've got time for one more. Ooh, this one's challenging. And rest all the way down. All right, up to standing. Woo. All right. A little more balance challenge. And we're going to go in a little bit of a turn out. All right. Woo. So we're going to bend, stand into one leg, press up, balance, come into a star. Set that foot down, bend, shift your weight into the other leg, and star, and bend, and star. Now I'm going really slow because I want to focus on my balance and have that little extra moment of challenge on one side. Now you could make this faster for you as long as you are in control the whole time. Yep. And bend. And balance. Last one. And then we're back to our mats for some side planking. Whew, one of my favorites. I love the ocean. I wish mermaids were real, but this is as close as I can get to a mermaid right now. So we're gonna come in a front plank. Step one hand into the center. Lift your top arm. You're gonna reach it to your toes, lower your hips, lift up, find that stretch. Come center, come into your center plank. Other side, come side, lower, and lift up. Come center, return. Other side. So take your time. We have about one more on each side. And lift up. Come center. Woo. If you need a child's pose, you've got time. And come up to standing. Around the world lunges. We're gonna alternate, all right? So standing in the center, we're gonna step into the front and center. Standing leg goes straight as we lunge to the side. And to the side, we step center, other side. Lunge in the front. Standing leg is straight. Send your hips back and center. Keep going. We're gonna alternate. Yeah. This one, you're probably gonna feel your heart rate increase, your breathing increase. Pick a pace that works for you, all right? Pick a challenging but manageable pace. Woo. One more time each side. And we're back to the beginning for our triple slider. Balance. Last lunge. Stand tall. Shake out those legs. One foot in front, other foot behind. Switch, switch, switch. 3 switches. Stand into the front leg. Hinge. You have a slight bend in your standing leg. All right? It's not locked out. Switch, switch, switch. Plant your foot. Keep that slight bend. Balance and lower down. If you had headlights on your hips, they're all pointing forward, both sides. Even as I balance and hinge. Woo, I lost my balance on that one. Last one. And rest. Woo. All right. Teaser from our side. You ready? Laying on your side, legs long. Arm up at your side. Pull in the front. Connect. And use your arm, your bottom arm, maybe a little bit less than the first time through. You got it. Now I'm on a hardwood floor in my mat. If you're on carpet, you might find that you get a little more traction, and this one's a little harder. Maybe if you have a sliding disc, you could have that sliding disc on that bottom hand. Squeeze your legs together. We got 2 more. Last one. And lower all the way down. Flip onto your belly. Grasshopper, one of my favorites. I think because I like to just imagine grasshoppers. I like grasshoppers, they're fun. All right, so legs turned out, wide, long, press up. First part's like swan. Puff your chest forward, reach your legs long, lift them as you lower your head and chest. Bend, cross, last one. And lift up. And lower down. So find some space between your thighs. They're not gonna get that high. That's okay. But you're actively reaching and lifting. Keep breathing the whole time. We got time for one more. You're gonna make it. Woo. 2, 1. Reach the legs long. Bring your hands underneath you. You've got time for a child's pose. Side teaser on the other side. Laying on your side, arm underneath you. Hand at your hip, slide up with control. Reach towards your toes and lower down. Control on the way down. I think that one, I could have a little bit more control. Resist gravity. Keep breathing the whole time. You've got it. We're almost done. Woo, after this, we've got 3 more minutes. Yep. 10 seconds here. We got time for one more. Woo. And all the way down. Beautiful. Woo, we're up to standing. Slight turn out in that first position. Woo, lift your spine. Little bend. Straighten as you shift your weight, come into your star. Heels together, bend. Straighten, balance on the other side, alternating side to side. If you couldn't tell, I'm focusing on balance a little bit in these workouts. Whew. But you still get your heart rate up, that's for sure. Zip up the inner thighs. There's that moment. Zip and lift. Speed it up if you want to. If you're doing this workout a second or a third time, maybe you add some hand weights. Can we do one more? And come center. Shake out those legs. Down to the mat for mermaid. The little mermaid. Starting in your plank. Pull up in the front, just like we did in that knee hover. Step one hand into the center. Find your side plank. Lower your hips, look at your toes. Lift your hips, eye gaze follows your top hand. Come center, woo, untwist. Back to center. Other side, lower and lift. And center, return. You got it. We got time for one more on each side. Center, return. Other side, last one. Lower, lift your hips, find that stretch, come center, return. Let's do a slow push-up because they're fun. All the way down, set your hips back to your heels. Last exercise is our around the world lunge. We're alternating sides. I'm gonna pick up the pace for this last one. I got some gas in the tank. We're gonna lunge to the front and center. Lunge to the side and center. Lunge back. Spine tall. Ooh, I forgot to alternate sides. Okay, I'm gonna do 2 on this side and then 2 on the other side. Ooh, all right, but you're alternating. You've got it. Try to keep track. Sometimes it's hard. Nobody's perfect. Woo. All right, now I'm gonna alternate. Oh, maybe. Let's see if I can remember. Other side. Yes. Finish this one off and we're done. and center. Ah. Take a stretch up towards the ceiling. And we're gonna round forward. Ah. Stretch out the back a little. And tread. One knee bends. And the other knee straightens. And you switch. And switch. Now, if you want a little extra, maybe you can have some traction with gravity here if it works for your body. Grab hands to opposite elbows and let your head hang heavy here. You're looking between your thighs. If you're uncomfortable being upside down, this might not be for you. You can choose another hamstring stretch that you might like. Let the back of the neck lengthen. Shake your head no. Come center, nod your head yes. And then draw little circles. Just focusing on the back of the neck, relaxing. It holds up your head all day long. It does a lot of work. Switch directions of those circles. Breathe into the back. And come back to center. Round all the way up. Thank you for joining. I hope you enjoyed this class. I hope you enjoyed this first 4-part series. I've got 8 more coming. So the first 4 were barre-inspired intervals. We're going to bring in some props. We're going to bring in some of the classical mat work as well. If you like this, please share, please subscribe, maybe like this video. I would appreciate it. Have a great week. Bye.